I can imagine the invisibility would be really handy as a baby, like a baby shadow skill, and amongst everyone else, like you could just hide in the bush, just disappear into a bush or somewhere.
Yeah. So this one here. This is going to replace this shadow scale is right there. It's going to replace the plasma. This is the this is the flame stalker, which will be replacing the fire dragon. And this is the Inferno Ravager, which will be replacing the Fire Wyvern.
Love the Inferno's model.
Is there currently a model in progress to replace the buff dragon?
No. The buff was added as in just people were saying it takes so long to grow, and I wanted to put in a buffing mechanic, and I thought it would be really cool to add a dragon that can ride on other dragons, so I put that in there. But that is not like part of
the mechanic of the feature. Gotcha.
Yeah, that was added as just a cool extra, and people really liked it. Buff is a really cute little dragon. I like riding on other dragons and getting carried and all that stuff. But the main three dragons are all going to be replaced by these three you see here. So,
cool.
And is the growth of like is each individual dragon going to have its own
Oh yeah.
Growth rate?
Yeah, every dragon has their own biology.
Like the bigger species grow slower than the smaller species and so forth.
That's exactly right. Yep.
Will in the future the riding animations, people riding or being carried, will that get fleshed out to be more seamless, so it's not just a dragon laying on top of a dragon in the air like that?
But it's going to work. I mean, like with carrying, like see that's physics. Probably going to be using physics for carrying now. That's actually what you're seeing there with this drake carrying this drake. It's physics.
What dragon are you most looking forward to?
All of them. I love all.
You don't have a special favorite?
No, I love them all. I mean, I thought up all these dragon designs, way before the Kickstarter, and I did pen and paper and had all these things that I wanted to make, and then you actually get to see them conceptualized in a concept, and then you get to see them modeled, and then you get to see them animated and come to life, and so all of them.
I forget the not the animator, but the modeler's name. Like, wasn't he the guy who thought up with all the concepts and stuff for the dragons?
No.
All right.
No. So what happens is I tell the modeler JAO, I tell him what I want him to make. I say I want it to look like this. I want it to have this kind of tail, this kind of head, these kinds of feet. I want it to have this many toes. It's got to have frills on its back, or it's got to have spikes, or it's got to look kind of like this and kind of like that, and kind of And I tell him, I give him visual descriptors of the best I can to of what I want, and then he goes in and he makes a concept, and I say, no, you need to make this a little longer, make the wings a little wider, change the shape of the wings to like this, and the feet need to come in a little farther. So I coach him on how I want it to look, and then so after several revisions, we finally get the way I want it to look, and so I work directly with the modeler.
But like I was kind of puzzled about the acid spitter concept when like you saw like it looked a lot skinnier in the the concept picture than it does in the game. But like I suppose you wanted to give it a wee bit more meat on its bones instead of having it really skinny. I don't know. It just looked really skinny in the concept picture.
Well, concepts are just that. They're a concept. they give you a visual representation of what it's supposed to look like, and then what trumps a concept is gameplay and usability. And so the acid spitter in the game is what it needs to look like and what it should look like, and it makes sense. It should be a very strong bodied runner with long back legs for long leaps, and so ain't that right?
Is there plans in the future for the environment to be updated, either the winter or the desert?
Are you talking about the alpha? And
No.
Day of Dragons Genesis is going to have its own maps that nobody's seen yet, and they're all going to be handcrafted by me. So the maps that are in the alpha right now, those were not made by me, and those were made by Willie Homs, and we're not using those in the Day of Dragons Genesis.
You probably want to keep it a secret, and I understand that, but is it possible, if you don't want to keep it a secret, to give us a tease of that?
We will be teasing the mega map in probably December.
Nice.
So that's definitely something we can look forward to.
That would be an early Christmas present, big time.
Maybe I missed the announcement, but when do you expect for Genesis to release?
When it's done.
Okay.
Can't give a date. I get asked this all the time, but I can't give a date. I just know that we're working on it every day, and right after I get out of this interview, not interview, but Q&A, I'm going to go get back to working on it. But as soon as we can get everything in, it will be released, and if it's bug free. So.
Can we just have one more question, because I've been waiting for quite a while from the chat that someone asked it like 10 minutes ago, just waiting for an opportunity. Will fire wyverns and other fire dragons will be able to lit trees or small parts of the grass on fire?
Lighting stuff on fire, there might be like an after effect, particle after effect, but as far as like lighting a whole, starting your own forest fire, probably not.
So there won't be destructible environment?
No. The problem with destructible environments on a multiplayer server is that one player can completely ruin the environment for every other player.
Yeah, true.
Since like each species is going to have like different types, so like a fire inferno to a water inferno, whatever. Will they have like different looks, or mainly just colors and size, like different designs?
Like skins?
I guess, but most likely like different model designs, maybe.
Like variations of each dragon?
Yeah, like more evolved to that kind of type.
Maybe down the road, but right now, apart from skins, every skins and growth, apart from those, every dragon's going to look the same. You'll just have different skins, like you see here, and then you'll have different stages of growth. Like you might have some babies, you might have someone that's on their way to becoming an alpha, so they might have, they might be bigger and have longer spikes or whatever, but that's how it's planned to be in Genesis. Now adding that stuff later, that'd be cool, but we don't have the time right now to do that. So our focus is getting all the basics in, and all the features that we said would be in the game.
So another question, and this is probably something that will happen far after Genesis when you do get around to those extra features. But it's a question I've seen around, is the idea of defendable habitation with clan, i.e. Din.
you'll definitely be able to like claim areas, like just, this is our clan's hangout, this is where we spawn in, this is our nesting site, we got waypoints here. But as far as like a server thing where you mark this as your territory, that won't be in Genesis. We might do that later. I just can't see any reason of, I mean, as far as like having that feature, people can just do that if they want to anyway. So
Definitely, people can go and say, "Hey, this is my pond or whatever." But I think the question was more geared towards like going and saying, "Okay, I want to create a clan like cave at this spot, and we'll defend it, and that'll be our home." Is that a feature that long in the future is something you are planning?
A clan cave, like a clan, like you would have to actually craft it or build it.
Possibly, or something similar.
Maybe.
But wouldn't that not be like part like up to the player's decision anyway? Because that's like a role playing thing.
Well,
anyway.
I think the question is mostly spawned because in the past you mentioned an expansion to caves within the environment, and people, of course, being able within the environment that you design, being able to go and say, "Hey, stay out of this cave; it's mine." But whether or not that can be expanded to possibly a crafting system where they can say, okay, I want to make this more habitable so that more dragons can be able to habitate that area and defend it from other clans.
Yeah, I mean it's a cool idea. That it's something I'll definitely look into in the future, but it's definitely not going to be in Genesis.
Oh, understandably so.
Cool idea though. I love clan. I love the whole. Yeah, that's what makes multiplayer games replayable, is the whole social feature. Making giving them social tools and the ability to like we have a clan system, and then we have group system, and that is coming in Genesis. It already works right now, and like I can click on my social panel, and it pops up. It has my clan info here. I'm the chieftain, and I have a Thunder Chief here, and members list, and I have all these ability commands that I can click on. I can also create a group. I can invite players to my group. I can go incognito so people can't find me on the group finder.
Will the way to invite people be more fleshed out than, hey, what's your tag, put in this code? Will there be a way to search for people?
Are you watching the stream?
Yes.
Okay, did you see the social panel? I can click create group here.
Yes.
I'm not going to click this because I don't want to dox all the closed testers that are in here right now, but I click this players tab and it shows me a list of all the players on the server that are available for invite. So I can just click one of them and send them an invite, and then that'll invite them to my group. And they'll get a notification that they were invited to a group.
Okay, that's great because it used to be
slash commands, and yeah, we're getting rid of all the well, we still have slash commands, but
they're devlocked.
Yeah, like I can type slash help, and it pulls up a list of all the slash commands available. So people really like that feature.
So it's just gonna be as easy as like just click on someone's name and then hit invite to a group or something like that.
Yeah, you just click their name, click invite, and you're done.
Okay, that's much more convenient. Having a graphical user interface for stuff.
It really is. I hated typing. I hated typing someone's name, and sometimes you can't even remember the full on name, and it gets really confusing.
Especially when they have special characters.
I know, right? My God.
Don't mind think alike.
Yeah, the testers really like the social feature, the social panel, and we've tested it, and it works great. So, and clans persist. We have full persistence in. All that stuff's already in. you know, a lot of the foundational features of Genesis is in. We're just you know, basically waiting on character animations. So